My neighbor demanded I cut down my 200-year-old oak tree because it blocked her solar panels, so I enforced a shade easement and made her remove her roof. The chainsaw was already revving when I sprinted out the back door, barefoot and screaming, spilling my coffee down the front of my bathrobe. My neighbor, Brenda, was standing at the property line in a floral sun hat, pointing a manicured finger at the trunk of my majestic 200-year-old white oak like a general ordering an execution. Cut it low! Brenda shouted over the engine roar to the confused arborist she had hired. I want the stump ground down by noon. My energy efficiency is dropping. Hey! I yelled, vaulting the low fence and nearly tackling the tree surgeon. Kill the engine! You touch this tree, and I'll bury you under it. The guy killed the saw, looking relieved. Brenda, however, looked like she had just swallowed a lemon. You're obstructing progress, David, she hissed, adjusting her oversized sunglasses. We discussed this. That weed casts a shadow on my new Tesla solar roof between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. I'm losing 12% efficiency. That's stealing my sunlight. The Solar Rights Act says I can remove obstructions. Now move, or I'll have you arrested for eco-terrorism. Eco-terrorism? I asked, patting the rough bark of the tree my great-grandfather played on. Brenda, you're trying to murder a living landmark so you can save $4 a month on your electric bill. This tree was here before the concept of electricity existed. It's a nuisance vegetation. She sniffed, pulling a crumpled legal letter from her fanny pack. My lawyer says I have the right to unimpeded solar access. You have 24 hours to remove it, or I do it for you and bill you for the labor. I'm saving the planet, David. Try to keep up. She snapped her fingers at the tree guy. Come back tomorrow. Bring a bigger saw. I didn't argue. I didn't chain myself to the tree. I walked inside, poured a fresh cup of coffee dark enough to kill a small horse, and went to my fireproof safe. Brenda thought she was a legal scholar because she read a blog post about solar rights. She forgot that my property was part of the original farmstead founded in 1880, and the original owner, a man named Silas Vance, really loved his trees. I pulled out the original parchment deed, crinkling with age. I scanned the handwritten addendums until I found it. That's when the real bombshell dropped. It wasn't just a property deed. It was a restrictive covenant known as a canopy preservation easement. The text was clear as day, written in flowing cursive. The great oak shall hold the dominant estate regarding air and light. No structure, reflected surface, or dwelling shall be erected within 100 feet that impedes the tree's natural growth or subjects its foliage to unnatural heat. Brenda hadn't just picked a fight with me. She picked a fight with a ghost who understood property law better than her lawyer did. I called a surveyor and a historical preservation attorney. They arrived the next morning at 8 a.m., just as Brenda's tree crew pulled up again. Start cutting! Brenda screamed from her porch. Start measuring! I yelled to the surveyor. The surveyor set up his laser. He pinged the property line. He pinged the tree. Then he pinged Brenda's roof. Well, the surveyor whistled. That's unfortunate. I walked over to the fence. Brenda came charging down, looking like a tomato in a sun hat. What is this? She demanded. I told you, the tree goes. Actually, I said, handing her a photocopy of the 1880 deed. The tree stays. Your roof, however, that's gotta go. Excuse me? She laughed, a shrill, nervous sound. This is a canopy easement, I explained, enjoying the way her left eye started to twitch. This tree has air rights over your land. And see this part about unnatural heat? My arborist just confirmed that the glare from your solar panels is scorching the lower branches. Your eco-friendly roof is physically assaulting my protected tree. That's insane, she shrieked. I paid $50,000 for this roof, and you built it in a restricted zone. I smiled. I've already filed an injunction. You have to remove the panels, and since the easement specifies no structure, and your new addition is technically 10 feet too close to the root system, you might have to shave a few feet off your living room too. You're bluffing, she yelled, tearing the paper. Check your email, I said. My lawyer just served you. She spent the next month fighting it in court. Her lawyer tried to argue that solar laws trumped historic deeds. The judge, a history buff who apparently hated ugly solar panels, disagreed. He ruled that the easement ran with the land and that she had constructive notice when she bought the house. Brenda had to pay a specialized crew $10,000 to remove her brand new solar roof. She also had to pay me damages for the stress caused to the tree's leaves. She's currently trying to sell the house, but nobody wants to buy a property where a tree has more rights than the owner. Am I the villain for making her tear down her green energy project, or did she get burned when she tried to throw shade at my tree?